Hi, everybody. Um, just thought I'd get on and make a quick little video to kind of not really piggyback off of hers, but to kind of explain from the other side what's going on. Because even though she's going through this, and many of you will be going through it as well, your loved ones are also going through it with you on an emotional level. Um, like with the segment where Carolina Chica is in the car and I'm driving. It really truly is hard not to get emotional. Um, we've been together 11 years. We've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations along the way. Um, it hasn't always been easy. We've stood by each other and we've come to really truly mean a lot. To, to watch anybody have to go through the whole decision making process to begin with is difficult for most of us. Um, we, like with many situations, will have our own guesses as to what we would do, but until you actually get to that point and it really truly is a decision that you have to make, um, it's it's basically just speculation. It's kind of like a soldier preparing for battle, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he'll react that way. You can only hope that the training kicks in. For her, there isn't any training, and it took a lot for her to weigh the pros and cons, and all of those things mean a life change for her, but also a life change for me as well, because I love and support her, and so knowing how to do that um, the best way so that it doesn't discourage her or I don't enable her or prevent her from doing her best to recover on her own, to know just how much support to give and when to rein in that support so that it doesn't smother them but nurtures them is a very difficult thing. And I'm kind of hoping that uh, as time goes on, some of you will also, uh, family members will also post different things. Um, there's no there's no real a support group for this kind of thing. Um, and being that her and I are both substance abuse counselors, um, we understand through school and through observation and working with our clients that there's a dynamic that's there in play. Um, uh, you don't want you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be angry, you're going to be sympathetic, you're going to go through the same range of emotions that they will, and those are going to be tough on you. The best thing that I can say uh, is find someone that is somewhat understanding, that's a family member that hasn't gone through it, or talk to someone who has had an amputation like that or a serious life changing operation, and ask them for input, because unfortunately there's just no roadmap to living. Um, Relationships don't come with manuals, and so it's kind of a work in progress, so to speak, and a play as you go sometimes. Um, I've seen her at her weakest and I've seen her at her strongest. But regardless, thinking about her going into the hospital and having this operation is truly scary and terrifying for me as well. I mean, no, I'm not the one going through it, but if anything were to happen, I am the one that will continue to live without the other half of me. Um, it truly is a good, solid relationship, and I know that because uh, if anything were to happen to me, it would take me all of the rest of my life to recover from it. And so Yeah, I'm gonna be at times. I'm gonna be emotional, and I may even post occasionally, just to give you a family perspective on it, because uh, it's nice to know, input wise, from someone who has gone through it, what kinds of things to help with and not help with. The whole medications thing and possible addictions from that, the emotional recovery, the mental recovery, the physical recovery. There's a lot involved for her, and that means that uh, my my emotional, mental, and physical support in all of this will be critical, uh, and will have to change. It'll have to tailor to her. It's not always easy, and at the same time, um, for times when I'm gonna need that emotional or mental support, uh, having someone around, someone from a parish or a church or a coworker or somebody that you can truly confide in, to let yourself air those things out, because when there will be times when I will get frustrated and angry with her, and I don't want to take those things out on her, because it's not necessarily her fault. It's just part of the recovery process, and it's a recovery process for the family as well, because there's so many of the changes. There's going to be all kinds of financial implications from it. The car, if anything, will have to be modified as well, so that I can attempt to preserve her autonomy. Um, so I'll just try and help keep you guys posted from time to time as we go. But as far as being emotional, what can I say? Uh, if I didn't love her and I didn't feel this way, then you know it wouldn't, the relationship wouldn't be as strong and it wouldn't mean as much. So bear with me, and I will do my best to keep you informed.